here.
Okay, so Miracle Druid matchup. That'll be pretty fun. Yep, and that's exactly what he's going to be doing. Those of you just tuning in, this is the Deck Wars Season 1 Finals. Okay, so he draws an Innervate. That's going to be really, really nice. He's got a Harvest Golem too that he could Innervate at 3, but I'm sure he's looking for better, looking for more.
Well, this is actually not that bad. I mean, he can Innervate Harvest Golem on 1, Sun Fury on 2, and you do need a lot of pressure against Miracle Rogue. And Kungen's got to be pretty happy that he's going second as well.
Okay, so he keeps it. Yeah, I think you're right on with that. I think he's going to start off with that Harvest Golem.
That draw actually might have changed things a little bit. If he had drawn something like maybe a Yeti, I think we would have seen him just Innervate out the Harvest Golem, no question. Or maybe like turn 2 Yeti. But having that Ancient of Lore there, I mean, is it worth saving the Innervate until turn 5?
Wow, that Kungen's already having to really fret and think about this next turn here. He does have the coin, but the Harvest Golem, so sticky. And he's got that really uncomfortable 3 damage too for the Rogue early on when you don't have many moves.
Yeah,
you don't have the poison quite yet. You don't have the poison dagger, which makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, the Harvest Golem is definitely going to be a pretty big thorn in Kungen's side here. And, Strife's got 2 minions down that are maybe not the biggest minions in the world, but they'll get the damage through, so...
Oh, he does have Telepoison, so he is going to be able to deal with this pretty well in 2 turns. Okay, that's
pretty... the 2-3 next, probably.
Yep. Bro, he's going to prep here.
Oh, is he going to Blade Flurry?
No, he's going to shift. Okay.
Alright, so he's trying to save himself some damage, yeah. That makes sense. Strife has kind of used up a lot of cards from hand already, so... unless he just has a perfect follow-up after that opener, he's just going to, keep his board as clear as possible. And
yeah, pretty fortunate that Kungen had a poison there. It could have been really bad for him.
Without that poison, he's taking, another 4, and his dagger's not doing anything, so, he still can't deal with the golem. And without that dagger, he's looking at being at 18 right now, so...
Okay.
StrifeCro does draw a 4-drop off the top of the deck.
Yeah, Keeper and doing 2 damage to the Earth and Fire Seer is going to be really nice. He'll have the option of removing with its hero power, and really gives Kungen... really removes the option of Kungen even damaging his Keeper of the Grove without losing his Earth and Ring Fire Seer, so... good play there. We'll see how Kungen responds here. He does have the coin, so he could do things like coin SI, coin Eviscerate. He's going to go ahead and hidden. I think he's going to trade it. And is he going to follow up with anything? No. Okay, he's not going to play anything else on the board.
Yeah, that's not too unsurprising. I think Strife didn't really want to take the damage that it would cost him to hero power it the next turn. So, pretty good planning on Strife's part, just to make the Druid of the Claw charge, not have to use hero power to clear up the 3-1, and not get greedy with Keeper of the Grove. So, smart play from both players. Kungen's been under a lot of pressure, but has mostly weathered the early game stuff that Strife's been throwing at him.
Yep. So removes that Druid of the Claw. That's going to be really good here. But again, StrifeCro's got a lot of mid-range minions in his deck. He's got Yetis, Druid of the Claws, Ancient Lures, Argent Commanders. So there's going to be a lot more targets for Kungen to have to deal with here, and he might just have to face another cat-formed Druid of the Claw here.
Yeah, I mean that's not the worst play here. You get him down to 14.
He already has Savage Roar. He's got Savage Roar.
Yeah, he already has Savage Roar. It looks like he's just going to go with clearing Thalnos first and then playing the BGH, which I can't really disagree with. Because leaving Thalnos in play and backstab Van and Knives kills the cat.
Yeah, and there's not very many targets with the BGH except for Edwin, which isn't even guaranteed. When your opponent knows you're running an Edwin, they're going to a lot of times just purposely cap it at a 6/6.
Yeah, and does Kungen have a backstab as well?
Yeah,
He does. He does have a backstab to clear out the big game hunter. So Strife's gonna be looking for a Savage Roar or something.
Good draw there with a swipe. He can actually remove. I think he's gonna actually play the Ancient Allure. Yep, he's gonna play the Ancient Allure, draw some cards. He can remove this. You can remove the Azure Drake next turn with a swipe or an Argent Commander, actually. So
yeah, I think if Strife doesn't draw the Force of Nature part, I think we'll just see him actually go to the face with like Argent Commander.
Yeah, he's just got bullet after bullet in this deck. I mean, there's Kungen's reeling a little bit. You know, usually he's in a position where he can just continually draw cards and set up his own type of lethal, but he hasn't done a single bit of damage to StrifeCro yet.
And this is kind of rough too for Kungen, because I think he thought he was in. I mean, we thought he was in after he won those first 2 games against Strife, and to have to go back out and play is you know, really very mentally taxing thing for any competitor. So yeah, this is a pretty tough spot for him. And, oh man. Okay, that's actually pretty good then. He does have a way to clear that 5/5 without having to face tank it.
Yeah, and he's in good position here. He's got the board. He's got board control. Strife's not going to be able to play behind the swipe if he uses it right here, unless he just throws down. Oh, he just drew an Innervate, which is going to be going to allow him to play a Druid of the Claw or even an Argent Commander. So this is an incredible draw for him.
Yeah, I think you just Argent Innervate and swipe the Drake.
Yeah, I think
go to the face with the Druid. I mean, I guess
go to the face. You think? Okay.
Or not the Druid. Go to the face with the Argent. You could Argent the Drake and then swipe the 3/3. But I would rather have the chance to just end the game next turn. Yeah, and he is going. He is going to the face with the 4-power guy and swiping the Drake out. So
yeah.
That's got to be a signal to Kungen that his days are numbered. And
and he hasn't gotten a chance to really get in that card drawing cycle that you typically see from a Gadget's hand here. He's been sitting on 4 or 5 cards the entire game.
Yeah, and if Kungen can't deal with this 4/2, Strife isn't going to even need that Force of Nature. So, well, let's see what he's going to do. At the very least, I'm kind of able to figure he might be able to sap it. I guess he's going to probably Blade Flurry and then trade. No, still nothing. Okay, he does Blade Flurry, and then the second SI7. Oh, Shadow Step.
Shadow Step, okay. Shadow Step, SI7.
Yep.
Well, you know, not ideal for him, but at least it keeps him in this game. Oh, any Edwins. Nice.
Edwin.
Oh, this is huge.
Yeah, that can turn the game around. Strife's not looking at a ton of life here. And you know, we can't see Kungen's hand, but he does have a lot of cards left in his deck, so Strife's got to be thinking, well, what are the odds he's got Leroy Shadow Step next? Like, he can clear the 3/3, but that's about it. Oh, man,
does he taunt up here? And does he hit with a Cat Form and then taunt up with the Argus? I think that's what he's going to do. He's going to do 5 damage to the face here. And still setting up a Savage Roar potential.
Yeah, that's true.
Situation here. But Kungen can remove this. I don't know he can do much damage to the face outside of that unless he saps. He could sap.
Yeah, he actually could have had lethal with those 3 cards. It would have required basically perfect cards, but man, what a tight game. Strife's got a...
Oh, he doesn't do anything that turn. Kungen barely does...
He clears the board.
He cleared the board, but he didn't actually end up playing, you know, adding to the board. He just didn't have anything in his hand, obviously.
Yeah.
So,
well, if he had some, like, if he has Leroy Shadow Step, that makes a lot of sense. Like,
sure.
Strife's gonna need to draw something here. Like, he's gonna have to Drake into maybe just a Wrath is ideal for him.
Oh, and he draws a Wrath.
That
Huge
does
draw for
clear
him.
the board.
And Kungen's we're gonna catch the reaction of Kungen here after this happens, because this is, I think, his best hope, and shaking his head a little bit. Hero Power is gonna remove the SI agent, and Strife all of a sudden looking a lot better.
Yeah, but Kungen's playing Miracle Rogue, which means he can kind of just win out of nowhere. And
Again,
does
gotta
he?
get Gadget's in down first, though.
Well, I mean, Leroy could be enough.
Yeah, Leroy could. I guess double Shadow Step, but he's already used one, like you said. He's gonna go ahead
Leroy
and sap
and
that.
double Cold Blood, maybe. I mean, yeah, Kungen's gotta either find some card draw or some damage here, because Strife is just going to at some point draw Force of Nature, end the game.
He's probably gonna. I would think he would Harvest Golem Hero Power here, just to.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna Harvest Golem Hero Power.
Yeah, to stay out of
Gain one
range.
life, basically, put another minion on the board. Kungen's, like I said, if he keeps dealing with Strife's minions, then he's got to do something at some point, but, you know, Strife is
That
looking
Wrath draw.
pretty strong here.
That Wrath draw.
Yeah,
is
the Wrath
key
draw
moment
saved
so far. Yeah. Saved
definitely
StrifeCro
saved
here.
Strife from, you know, 8-ish damage, so. Kungen is furiously digging.
Sapped again.
He doesn't have a way to deal with this Harvest Golem, then Strife
He
actually has lethal.
He must have just drawn both of those saps because he didn't sap when those 2 units were on the board.
Yeah. Strife has lethal, so
Yep.
yeah, he does see it. Pretty simple. Wow.
So he's going to finish the game, and Strife's going to come back. He's just won the last 2 games, and it's going to come down to this last game, Kiyuki.
Yeah. I
This
can't
is how
believe
it
this.
should be.
This is crazy. Like, we had
Wow.
all these potential